Hello and welcome back to the SNHU Esports Arena. My name is Sholey. I'm joined here with Conair here for some Overwatch 2 tonight, a double header. How we feeling?
I'm excited to get into this Overwatch doubleheader. We got a lot of Overwatch ahead of us
Oh
right
yeah.
now, and I couldn't be more ready right now. We are going against first.
Up our first game for tonight will be versus Fisher College JV, and then that's happening right now.
Right now.
And that'll be a best of 5 set, and
Hmm.
then we'll be back at 8 p.m. for our match Sapphire again on both of these games versus Thomas Esports. So we've, like you said, a ton of Overwatch tonight. I'm kind of ready for it because I feel like we're making up for the fact that we didn't have Overwatch for like the first 3 or 4 weeks, right? I'm
Right.
excited just to get as much Overwatch as we can.
Yeah, this is our catch-up Overwatch, and they're both best of 5 sets. And our standings are 1-0 right now, so we are undefeated. And hope to stay that way through this game.
I love
Or two
calling I love
games.
calling a 1-0 standing undefeated.
I-
Like,
it's not
technically true.
It's not a lot, but it's still undefeated. But that could be 3-0 by the end of the night.
It
So
could
we're
be
gonna see.
Fisher JV, our first match of the night. They are currently 0-1 right now. So I mean, it's really only week 2, so you
Yeah.
can't say a lot off of just the standings right now. But just looking at statistically, 1-0 versus 0-1, no way Sapphire loses.
Yeah.
Right? But
Right.
Fisher JV definitely. I'm interested to see how they play because right now we're just getting to know all of the teams in our division, getting to know kind of the general skill level. Sapphire played last week and they killed it. They did a fantastic job last week, and I'm really excited to see this roster in particular because the roster changes are so exciting to me. And seeing the Overwatch team finally they've got like a proper coach that's actually sitting there watching the VOD reviews, keeping them like just doing actual coach things instead of just having an IGL. Really, really big for them, and I think this is going to be a great year for them. So just looking at them from the outset right now, a lot of really exciting stuff happening here. But let's go ahead and take a look at the maps for tonight for our first set. We'll be starting off on Ilios.
So on Ilios, it's control, and we used to see a lot of pharmacy a lot on this map in Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how that's going to be adapted to this new one because there's Sojourn, right? You're going to get blasted out of the sky if you play pharmacy now because Sojourn is just so good right now. And I think the funny would be running Roadhog. I don't think we're going to see that. We're probably going to see Zarya or Monkey or Winston, but I think the team we're playing is notorious for playing a little bit of Winston too, so I'd be excited to see that.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Something, we're starting off on Ilios, but you look at the rest of the maps for tonight, you see Midtown, you see Circuit Royale, you see New Queen Street, right? If this set goes on for a while, it is so much new maps, and that's what I'm really excited to see. Ilios, we're going to see a little bit about how it plays differently, with this new team composition, 5 versus 5. Like we were talking about, there is definitely like in Overwatch 1, we would see a lot of Pepto on either the Echo or the Pharah being supported with a Mercy. Probably not going to see that. I don't think we'll ever see that coming out from Sapphire because I know that Pepto does not like to play Pharah anymore. He's not a fan of the current character, but he is going hard on the Sojourn right now. Sojourn and Sombra, because those two characters are the big playmakers in Overwatch 2. And so I think especially in Control, they're both going to be able to do that. They're both going to be able to kind of skirmish around like that. But looking further down the line, we're going to see a lot of new stuff, and that's what I'm excited to see. Going immediately off into Midtown, brand new hybrid map. It's really different from a lot of the other hybrid maps. It's a really interesting second hold, and the first point is very much kind of unorthodox the way you have to hold it.
Yeah.
Going into Circuit Royale, which we're guaranteed to see tonight, I'm excited about because Circuit Royale is a like Widowmaker carry map, and we the only other map like that in the game is Junkertown, and we haven't really seen too much of just like, oh, this is a map where Widowmaker can just pop up, and she has so much effective range to work with, and Sojourn has also just so much range to work with here. Circuit Royale is such a weird map.
You can run Widow or Hanzo, but I think the Sojourn is definitely going to be the one taking the cake there for all 3 of those. It just depends what you're going to run with them, and in which case you're running a Widow or Hanzo, you're probably going to see the Sigma come out too. But I know what you have your eyes on right now, and it's the push on New Queen Street. So we're not going to be wishing any misfortune on either of the teams now to go to 4 games here.
I hope it's a close match.
Yes.
Okay. That's, I'm not going to say, like, I hope that one team does bad. I hope it's a close match because I want to see us get to push. We had a Coliseo in the lineup last week. We didn't get to it. It closed out in a 3-0. I don't want to see that tonight. I want to see New Queen Street. I want to see how this new game mode is played and organized play because it is so interesting to watch. It's so different. It's kind of like Control. It's kind of like Payload. It is. It's a whole new thing, and I really want to see it.
For sure, yeah. Push, I feel like, is honestly how Payload or Escort should have started off. It's kind of different. Well, it's a lot different, but I kind of like the pace of it, really. Like, it could be, like, the longest game you've ever played before, or it could be, you know, the shortest one because the enemy has control of the point the entire time.
And also interesting with Push is that it's only one round. You know, all of these other, you know, Hybrid, Escort, Control, they go multiple rounds. They go, you know, like each team, they have a chance to really just, you know, reset, play on an even playing field. Push, that is not the case.
Right.
You know, Push is a game mode that is unforgiving. The moment you lose the first team fight, you are in it for that because it's just one round. It's like an 8-minute round, though. So it lasts a very long time. But once you're in it, you're in it. And I think that is such an interesting kind of game of tug of war that I once again, really want to see, especially New Queen Street's a very cool map.
Yeah, and we also really see the composition that's the most prevalent right now. They just, you know, speed, dashes everywhere, composition excel in this game mode of Push. Because as long as you can keep up the pressure on that point, you are able to, you know, make it an uphill battle for the enemy team all the time. Like, you could just find someone out of place randomly as like Sombra, right, and take him out, and now you have an advantage on Push. I feel like it's a lot more free-for-all in Push.
Absolutely. And then also, like you said, with like characters like Sombra, flankers are so big in Overwatch 2 right now that, you know, you look at a game mode like Push, which is very much like you do not have a unified sort of front. There is not like a front line. You don't have to push through like choke points. Instead, you are just, it's almost like a straight line, and those flankers have so much room to work with, and they have so much room to jump on the back line. And dying can be so punishing if you don't have like forward spawns or anything like that. So Push is definitely a big game, but that kind of shows exactly how Overwatch 2 is different from Overwatch 1 because it highlights a lot of the key differences there. And you can definitely tell that a lot of the decisions made for Overwatch 2 were made kind of with Push in mind because it is such an interesting game mode. I'm a big fan of it, especially over 2CP, right? I remember last Overwatch 1 stream that we did the end of last semester. It was like, goodbye 2CP. We'll miss you, but not really. Like, I'm just happy you're gone. Now we've got Push, and I know that it's a little bit of a controversial game. But some people like it, some people don't like it. But I think it is overall much more popular than Push, right? Much more popular than 2CP.
Right, and we are almost ready to get into game here. I was also thinking here on this first point, I was wondering the prevalence of Echo, right? Because she might not be all that good against, you know, the current meta. She has some mobility, though, and she has the ability to give your team 2 tanks effectively now. Well, she has her ult. Which I'm wondering, would that be any good on this map where you can run something like Echo Mercy?
So a big thing with that is a change that happened for Overwatch 2. Echo, now when she duplicates, she's capped at 300 HP. She can no longer go above 300 HP. So cloning tanks is no longer going to be your go-to option. And as a matter of fact, you'll see a lot of Echoes start to duplicate characters like Ana just to get that free nano boost out and to get other things like that. Because those support ultimates are really just so big and so impactful. And you can build them so fast in duplication that it's not really worth duplicating a tank in a lot of instances just because you will kind of be in a situation where you don't have enough health to actually make your kit work.
Right, yeah, and I think Ana's probably one of the strongest characters in the game. Speaking of Ana, we're going to see Biso on the Ana here. And getting out into this point, we're running, both teams running Zarya. And we see Rhino trying to build as much space as he can for his team right now.
He starts to go in here. This Zarya is such a popular pick right now, especially in combination with Reaper. We saw this a lot last week as well. Just being able to run in like that is so strong, and just being able to be covered because those barriers do last 2.5 seconds. Now, one trick is going to fall, but so will Fisher's Lucio as well. Both sides of support down. Day is going to fall, and that is a tank advantage for SNHU. Rhino still at full health, brawling it out. SNHU do have control of the point at the moment. Now getting to 12% here. We are seeing the Kiriko start to come out. It's just getting enabled recently. It wasn't in the game, or wasn't available for these players to play last week. So getting to see how that comes out and what kind of compositions that'll lead to is really, really interesting.
Yeah, it looks like they're opting out of the Ana for the Kiriko. I'm wondering what tricks they have up their sleeve here. I'm actually really looking forward to her ultimate being used this game and how they're going to do that. But it looks like Zarya is slept right now, and there's an Invul Orb there that already showing the use of Kiriko.
Yeah, that protection Suzu is so big, but once you use it, it's down for another 14 seconds. Pepto forced to translocate out. Straight up Menace going to find the pick there on Thay again, and that's the tank down. Biso not going to hit that sleep dart. We're just trying to keep Menace alive as this team brawls for this frontline. Matrix goes down, and SNHU are looking to hold onto the hill even longer. Fisher College actually were able to flip it there for just a little bit, but SNHU hold on. They retain the hill, they take it back, and Fisher College are forced to regroup.
Yeah, Fisher College did manage to build 38% off of that push there, but they are going to have to take a lot of space here. Straight up Menace just teleporting behind the Sojourn and dishing out the damage. A lot of damage and space controlled by SNHU right now, especially with that Sombra on that heal pack there. It's going to be hard for Fisher College to push up through this.
Surge is ready, and there it goes. Rhino throws it out. Tay gets caught out. The entire team falls. That Death Blossom also comes out to just chew through them, and it's a team kill for SNHU Sapphire. They just completely wipe out Fisher before they can even get close to the hill, and now they're approaching about the halfway point of this first round as they get near 60%, and a lot of great ultimates for Sapphire that are ready right now.
Yeah, we've been seeing SNHU run constantly this Reaper, and another big ultimate, but this time from Fisher College. The beat comes out from SNHU, but it's not going to be enough for Fisher College as most of their team falls. Lucio, the last one, going to be a big stagger here.
Yeah, that Tracer won't go down, but Fisher College, yeah, they are just shoved back. SNHU spent a lot there. They used the Nano Boost, they used the EMP, they used Beat. They are fresh out of ultimates. Fisher College are still hold on to a good few, including that Kitsune rush from Kiriko that once she pops that, it's going to double the attack speed and the cooldown recharge of everyone in that zone. So now they start to go in. Myas has overclock ready, starting to go in. Tay's going to find a kill on one trick. Biso gets taken down by that railgun. Tay finds Rhino as well, and SNHU look like they're going to have to fall back here. We'll go into overtime, but Fisher College are going to be able to flip this point.
Right, SNHU has that 99%. They're going to need that one last push. Fisher does not have a lot of room for error here. They are on a thread here, hanging on, and they're going to have to build their ultimates here. A lot of poke going out, but Pepto is going to find Silent Yosef.
Silent going down is so big. Taking down Kiriko when she doesn't have her cooldowns is such a huge momentum swing for SNHU, because once you take out that protection Suzu, you take out the Swift Step, you finally lock down that support, and Kiriko's healing up, but could be pretty scary at times. Tay will be able to find that kill on Menace, but a hack goes through, forcing Fisher College back, and they're able to secure the hill. Sapphire close out round one.
Yeah, one trick booping that person off the point, gonna close out that round there. And what I was saying earlier is we have been seeing Reaper run a lot with the Zarya from SNHU here. It actually, I kind of like the looks of it so far, especially with straight up Menace just showing the power of it recently. He got that 5-man kill last time on Eichenwald, and I thought it was pretty impressive. I mean, it's not a lot you can do for skill expression on Reaper, but I feel like straight up Menace is kind of proving that wrong recently.
Yeah, it's all about positioning there, and also just being able to press being able to just go in as deep as you can on Reaper and be able to Wraith, as well as having that bubble, means you can just stay in for so long, and people really just have to shoot you to pop that bubble, because Reaper will just chew through your others. See, he just teleports right in, completely disrespecting what's coming out from Fisher College, and we are actually going to see that pharmacy we were talking about come out from Fisher, and be interested to see if Sapphire decide to maybe switch over. Pepto still hanging on to the Sombra here. Might just try and chew through the front line and ignore that pharmacy outright.
Yeah, they might not have to deal with it just right now. Straight up Menace is actually going up there, trying to find the Pharaoh, but is going to be booped off there.
Yeah, it looks like just Biso on the Baptiste, along with the entirety of Sapphire. They don't have the biggest long-range damage available, but they have enough to really just shoot down that Pharah and force that Mercy back, or be able to take down the Mercy before she's really able to pocket that Pharah too much. And might just not be a great solution here. But Pepto already, I mean, he's just able, look at these pings coming out from him. He's able to just get a full view of the enemy team for his team. See Menace teleporting in, just getting bubbled, staying alive, being able to just offensively take this high ground, and there's not much that Fisher College can do without also feeding Rhino his charge.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of frontline here that I think Rhino can melt through, other than the D.Va and the Tracer. However, I think he's doing a really good job of keeping his teammates alive with this bubble. And Straight Up Menace is just going to find Mias there. And before... Oh, he actually gets the revive out on Mias. But it's not going to be enough. Straight Up Menace just barely holding on to his life. Pepto going to clean up for him, find Matrix, and he has the hack ready.
Yeah, that hack's going to make Pharah fall straight down, and Pepto, that damage boost just completely makes up for the damage fall off on that SMG, and he's able to just burst down that Pharah, who's just a little too close to the ground. Sapphire now at 65%. SNHU have held onto the hill for a long time. Fisher College, they're starting to build up some ultimates, but it's really just Barrage and Coalescence ready at the moment. And a big hack comes out of 3-man EMP. Pepto's in there, and Menace starts to clean up as well. Finds two. Continuing to go through. Lamp goes down for SNHU to keep them alive, and the Death Blossom is starting to go on the flank here. If Menace finds a good opportunity to use this, I mean, this is a great way to spend it, but he might just decide to run at them instead, just try and check them out here.
Yeah, I think... Ooh, one trick's a little bit deep here. He's going to get out of there. Straight Up Menace has the Blossom, and he's going to find Matrix. Keep going, and they find Thay. And that is going to be a deadly blow to Fisher. They're going to have to find the touch here with the last 2%. Will they find it?
They do. They're able to get on the point, but Mias goes down, and now it's just going to be SNHU who... It's got to keep him off the point, and unfortunately, that Tracer blinks off just in time. SNHU are going to close out map 1 with a really nice victory.
Yeah, that was very clean from SNHU. I like the usage of the ultimates here from SNHU, especially this one. Is it on the first point or the second point here? It's on the second point. Yeah, this was one of the defining plays here after the hack. Crazy damage from Straight Up Menace. Gonna shut down that Pharah ult completely. But overall, I think they were able to run that composition the way they did, because we might have not seen it as much, but I'm pretty sure One Trick or was back there with Baptiste shooting down the Pharah. So they did not need any hit scan from their DPS or anything. They just had the Baptiste ready to be able to deal with that there, as well as the Mercy.
It seemed so hard for that Pharah to stay alive, just with Menace, Pepto, Biso, constantly just shredding at them from a distance. You know, Pepto hacks her, she's forced to fall right into Menace, who's just holding left-clicked, and Pepto is just going to do a billion damage, because Sombra is crazy right now at the amount of damage you get off that hack, and Biso is just going to be constantly plinking away at that Pharah from long distance. It just seemed so hard to make that really work, and you invest a lot of resources into that as well. You know, that Mercy is really committing her entire presence in the game to that Pharah, and at the moment, Pharah just cannot really find the same opportunities that a lot of other characters can with the same efficiency.
Right, yeah, and especially when you're running a D.Va into a Zarya, I feel like it's not very favored in that direction for the D.Va. I think the Zarya can definitely bully her a lot, but I definitely think the Flex supports did a very good job of actually dishing out the damage that round. In order to, you know, minimize the pressure that composition Fisher was running had pressure.
Absolutely. You'll see, I mean, the big playmakers in Overwatch 2 right now are like the Flex support and, like, you know, the characters like Sombra, the big flankers that are really like Genji, Sombra, Tracer, are able to just put out so much. They don't make such big plays on Pharah. You know, you don't see her ultimate really do that much, and that's kind of a big reason, especially with Echo as well, the duplication also not being quite as effective on duplicating tanks. It's nice to cheat out a support ultimate every so often, but really those two characters have kind of fallen out of popularity because they, you know, they're a little bit less playmakers in a game where the DPS really can make some big plays with the lack of that off tank. There's just so much room for them to really wreak havoc, and especially for, you know, like characters like Sombra who can just get in there. Like, oh, EMP is such a huge ultimate. It's really hard for them, for characters like Echo and Pharah to compete. And then you also include characters like Sojourn into the mix, who just like, oh, you're floating up in the air, you have no cover, I'm just going to shoot a one-hit kill railgun directly at your head.
Right, yeah. And Sojourn, I feel like, has one of the most expressive ults out of all the DPS right now, with it not actually directly doing anything to the the team, but actually having to use the railgun afterwards with the consecutive shots and being able to land your shots is very important with that ult. So I'm wondering if this next map we're going to see some more Sojourn.
Yeah, let's talk about this next map a little bit. Midtown. This is an interesting map because the first hold is so weird. You see that a lot with the hybrid maps that come out in Overwatch 2, like both this and Paraiso, which we will see in the second set tonight. They're maps that have a very weird first hold, and for Midtown in particular, it's very much a very unorthodox hold. There's not a lot of high ground to really work with there, and the high ground that you actually do work with, a lot of times the main strategy is to run directly under it. So it'll be really interesting to see exactly how SNHU go ahead and play this one, especially, hybrid, we haven't seen too much. Like, we've seen a little bit of Eichenwald, but that was a very quick set. So I want to see a little bit of how these actual Overwatch 2 maps get played.
Yeah, because this is completely new to us, right? I don't think we've seen it on stream either yet. So I'm excited to see what SNHU brings to the table here, and maybe we're going to see some Monkey, I think, this map.
Yeah, I really hope that we get to see Monkey, because Monkey is a very interesting character where because flankers are so big right now, Monkey can find a lot of value. The only issue is that he can get bullied a little bit by Zarya. You'll see if Zarya be a big kind of problem tank for a lot of these compositions. He's in a really strong spot at the moment. But especially, Winston, he's still a good tank at the moment. There's been a big shift in kind of who's good at the moment, but recently it's looking like Zarya, D.Va, Winston. I say there's a shift. Those characters were all good in Overwatch 1 except for Zarya, but in the betas leading up to this game, people weren't sure if they were really going to be good, but just with some last-minute kind of tweaks that came out, they ended up being in a really, really strong spot. And we'll see actually both teams still running that Zarya, but SNHU are going to be running that Sojourn as well. Pepto on that.
Yeah, that's interesting. We were talking about it. I don't know the details of the high grounds on this map. You were saying how there aren't that many high grounds to work with, or that good of high grounds. But we might see Sombra actually perform a little bit better than Sojourn as a character on this map. I feel like if Sojourn doesn't have those positions to work with.
I think that they're both going to be really effective. And we're actually going to see them go for the side route here. This is one that people don't know about too much. I'm sure Fisher College definitely done their homework, but this is something to write this down for your solo queue games. This little side route here, you can completely skip that high ground in front of the train. And you'll see where Fisher College are holding right now. This is going to be the big popular hold spot right here, directly under the bridge, just kind of brawling together. And SNHU are actually going to swap on over to the other alleyway, try and fight for the firehouse over here. There is a little bit of decent high ground here, but just in this choke point, a little tough. Just Reaper versus Reaper at the moment, checking each other in the front line.
Yeah, Reaper's going to suffice as the frontliner here, along with the Zarya. They are just so strong together, and we're seeing both teams run it here. Just an all-out brawl going here, but Pepto actually flanking, going to find Silent Yosef.
He's able to take down Zekrom earlier, too. That Sombra falling is just such a huge opening for SNHU, and Menaces to continue to clean up, and that could be the point here for Fisher College if they want to just hold back and not contest.
Yeah, they're going to have to contest with a Sombra here, and I don't think Sombra really has the tools to really stall that long. So they might look to just give up the point here, and they are. And we're going to see Straight Menace get hacked in a bad position here, is going to fall to Zekrom.
Disruptor field going up, that Baptiste will escape. Shooting that shield is going to give him a lot of charge, but it'll give the Zarya some charge as well. That lamp being forced out, though, potentially an opportunity for SNHU to continue to push forward here, as they do have the cart slowly moving in the background, while SNHU try and fight for this high ground here on the overpass. Actually going to run directly into the Sombra, and Zekrom just gets taken out there. Pepto just DPS checking him.
Yeah, looking for that duel going deep is going to take out a lot of pressure for Fisher College here, and Straight Menace is just running in with 38 health there. Pepto going to find another pick with his ult out.
That overclocking gives him so much value, and Rhino is going to fall here. Menace just continuing to run at Tay, will be forced to fall back here as the Graviton Surge comes out. Fisher College stay alive for just a little bit longer, and they begin to push back here against, but Biso actually takes down Tay, potentially a huge pick here as Matrix also falls after getting slept. Pepto continuing to push, takes down Mayaz, and now Fisher College in a really, really rough spot right now, as SNHU are going to be able to continue to push up here. I'm interested to see if they actually want to contest this.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I am kind of liking the dynamic of Sombra and Reaper, because Sombra is, oh, there's a big ultimate coming out from Fisher College, and they are going to get one trick very low. The nano charge comes out on Rhino, though, and a big Death Blossom's going to find 3.
And that's a team kill for SNHU. Fisher College, they popped out, they tried to contest, but they just continued to push forward. They're a great EMP from Fisher College, but unfortunately it gets shut down by, you know, a little bit getting too overeager on the positioning and all just falling to that Death Blossom. SNHU, they've got 5 minutes in the time bank still to work with. That is so much time to push onto this final point. It's going to be really hard for Fisher College to be able to match how fast this push is.
Yeah, Fisher College is definitely in a rough spot here. They're going to have to pull something out here. Strata Menace is almost going to take out the other Reaper there.
We're seeing this Reaper from Fisher College. Miaz has his Death Blossom ready, but Menace is just checking the backline right now, forces that lamp out and wraiths away one trick. Gonna be able to take down Fisher College's Reaper, but Zekrim switching over to that Sojourn is gonna be able to find a shot onto Menace there. Diving in with Disruptor Field, Pepto is able to pick up a pick onto Silent there. Baptiste going down, another one down. Zekrim falls, the Sojourn. 1v1 is turning out in Pepto's favor, and he has Overclock ready if he really wants to try and push this, but they're in such a good spot right now. SNHU have got some great ultimates. They've got Beat, they've got Graviton Surge, a lot of room for them to push this. Fisher College aren't holding anything, and that Surge comes out. Gonna catch that Zarya, and Tay's just gonna fall down. Menace finding that kill and continuing to push forward the Overclock. Finding a little bit of damage here. Matrix goes down, and Mayaz switches over to Genji to try and contest, but Menace is continuing to just tear through Fisher College's frontline. SNHU are gonna take it all the way on their first push.
Yeah, their first push there with 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Just a crazy push coming out from SNHU. Fisher College is going to have to respond strong here.
They need to have such a good push here. There's basically 4 minutes left in SNHU's time bank. Even if Fisher College take it all the way, they have to take it anywhere near as fast as SNHU, and that's going to be really, really tough.
Yeah, and I kind of liked what we saw that last round, too. I don't think they were able to make it work as well as you know, theoretically should have, but I did like the Sombra Reaper being able to shut down any people who were perhaps overextended, like Reaper usually is in a bad position. I feel like Sombra's really good at punishing out of position people.
Yeah, the moment you get out of position, you know, that hack comes through, but the big thing is that Zarya bubble will block the hack. So when that bubble's on you, you can't get hacked until it pops. So it really incentivizes them even more to shoot your bubble. And then for Zarya, the more charge you have, again, you're just putting out crazy damage. Zarya is so strong at the moment.
Right.
And being able to just force those kind of situations where they have to shoot your bubbles, and you can just build up so much charge that lets you just kind of hold W and walk at people and kill them.
Yeah, and we're going to see the Sojourn mirrored here from Fisher, but I think they're just going the regular route here. Yeah, they're just going to go the regular route here. And SNHU is holding the high ground right above them if they don't know.
Still holding back just a little bit here. The Disruptive Field going out, trying to catch some of the supports out. Lamp forced out, but it's not going to get anyone on their team. Silent goes down as well right after that. Pepto finding that kill, and now it's going to be Zekrim who goes down as well. One trick just sticking to him, and now going in on the back line. It's going to be Mayaz who goes down. Tay falls, and now it's just down to Matrix to hold on to this, but Rhino will be able to just microwave him down, and that is SNHU with a completely full hold right here.
Yeah, they were able to, you know, completely defend Fisher off, and I think Zekrim did a lot of damage during that fight, but fell a little bit sooner than he probably wished he would have. And Pepto just dishing out the damage. They're going to chase them back into this corridor here. They're going to have nowhere to go after they get to this little corner here.
Menace on the other side. That's kind of scary, but Rhino just running at Silence, able to take him out. Biso takes down Fisher College's Sojourn, and now Menace continuing to just put out this damage, running at Tay, running at Zekrim, takes him out. The Sleep Dart goes through, and now Tay, I mean, he is just stranded at the moment. Just that bubble left to save him. Biso is going to take him out with that Biotic Grenade, and Menace cleaning up. Once again, another full hold here, and no one on SNHU died.
Yeah, we haven't really seen that many casualties here from SNHU. I think they're holding very strong here, and the time is running out on Fisher's side. I think SNHU capped at this point in their push.
This is what I was talking about with the unorthodox high ground here. They're holding in a way where they're just kind of waiting to pounce on Fisher College as soon as they drop through. You know, SNHU can really try and force very much big brawl situations, but Fisher College is trying to dive through as quickly as possible. Biso has Nano Boost ready. Zekrom goes down. Rhino with that awareness is able to keep him off his support. The Nano Boost goes through onto Menace, trying to run at Take. It's booped off before you can get Death Blossom ready, but Rhino, Biso, Pepto just continue to clean up here, and once again, it's just Matrix left, just a little out of position. Gonna try and get back with his team, but just burning down the clock. Only 2 minutes left from Fisher College, and they haven't even secured a third at this point.
Yeah, the point here on this map is just so far from this choke point here. They literally can't interact with each other until they get under this bridge, and the point just isn't there. It's so far away, they're going to have to push through this Death Blossom that's coming out from Menace. He's going to find 2, and the rest of Fisher is falling.
He can't keep getting away with it. Menace just continuing. Last week, he got like 2 5-man team kills with Death Blossom. Tonight, he's just doing it over and over. It's so sad to see it keep coming out, but it is what it is, you know? That Death Blossom comes out, and if you aren't ready for it, you're just going to probably get wiped.
Yeah, and we saw it there again, and the Surge comes out from SNHU as well as Fisher, I think.
That was a double surge right there. Rhino was able to find 3 kills throughout all of that, and Tage is trying to run for the point. Zekrom was on it, but Pepto finds that kill. He's on a 20 kill streak right now, and Kresnik just came over here a second ago, showed us the scoreboard. Pepto's 36-0 right now.
Pepto is top fragging right now.
Yes.
He is going off on the Sojourn, and this is the practice showing through. He has been running this character nonstop in comp. But Fisher College approaches the point, and they have 3 ults ready. They have Beat, Window, and Overclock. So we're going to see what they're going to have to do here to get this point. The Beat comes out. Pepto is getting dueled by Mia's. Not going to be able to contest with the Beat there.
Coming up with Mayaz, trying to find this shot into one trick, but he's just so slippery. He can't find these kills. Rhino's found 2 in the background while they've been trying to take down one trick, and now, he's just still staying alive. That biotic grenade to give him double healing on his passive aura is so big, and we are in overtime right now. Fisher College have to try and take this all the way. They are able to get 2 people on the point, surviving this fight, maybe able to cap it. We'll see. SNHU looks like they're going to try and go for this contest here. Pepto going in with it. Takes down Matrix and Mayaz, and that's going to be potentially a full hold here. We see the Moira try and come through, but it is ticking down. Overtime about to run out, and SNHU are just going to close out this second game in an incredible fashion.
Pepto finding
he's 48-1.
Yeah, he's 48-1. He found that scorecard 48-1. And at that end there, they were so close to just giving that point, but Pepto swooped in there and closed out the round. Incredible play from SNHU that round.
I mean, we saw this really just seems like SNHU felt so comfortable on this map. Midtown is such an interesting map because you play it so differently than a lot of other hybrids, and it seems like SNHU, they've just put in the time, they've put in the effort to really just figure out exactly how this map has been played. And we saw, I mean, just a stark difference between those 2 halves right there. SNHU pushing it all the way on offense and then not even letting them get a third of the point until overtime. And then they closed it out, right? Like Fisher College could not get on the point at all.
Right, the ins and the outs of both offense and defense, it felt like they had every single possibility down, especially that offense there, where they knew exactly the route to run. But our next map coming up here is Circuit Royale.
This is exciting because this is, once again, I mean, we saw how Midtown was on that Sojourn, right? Pepto is kind of free to just wreak havoc. Circuit Royale is a map where you will very commonly see double sniper compositions. You know, you will see Sojourn, you will see Widowmaker, you will see Hanzo, all of these characters being played very, very frequently on this map because the sight lines are so long and it's so hard for tanks to actually cover the entirety of their backline. And you'll see a lot of the time also on defense, Circuit Royale, the defensive side has very extreme high ground. They're going to be able to just pressure you and poke you from so far away and so high up that's almost hard to retaliate sometimes.
Yeah, and definitely on open maps like this, you're missing that other main tank there, right? You're missing a big shield in front of you, like a Reinhardt or something. So you're definitely going to have to take those duels and not really be able to do anything otherwise. If you lose that duel, you're missing a lot of pressure, a lot of damage, and that person who just took you out is now on your tank or now on your support, right? I'm doing the motion of like a Hanzo here,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what I want to see. I know we're not going to see it. We're going to see Sojourn. We might see some Widowmaker, but he's my boy, so.
We'll see. It is all about what they're comfortable on, because not everyone's comfortable on the Widowmaker, not everyone's comfortable on these sniper characters. So whichever team is more comfortable, we'll see them really succeeding here, and we'll almost 100% see this Sojourn coming through from Pepto as we get ready to go into this. It will be SNHU attacking first, so they're going to have to kind of try and find a way to break through these long-range holds that we might see from Fisher College. Like you mentioned earlier, we're going to see a lot of Sigma as well, very likely on this map.
Yeah, and that Sigma is going to be able to provide that shield that we were talking about, like the Reinhardt, without actually having to be with his team. He could be up, he could be back. It's up to him, but what really shuts him down, I feel like, is flankers, and we're not really seeing a lot of them other than that Genji from Straight Up Menace. We're seeing a double sniper from Fisher College.
Yeah, this is very commonly what you see on defense here. I like to see the Genji, because when that Genji is able to hop on Widowmaker, this is a reactive play, right? Both sides could easily run double sniper here, but this Genji is going to be able to really hop on characters like Widowmaker and just be able to shut them down and not really suffer too much for it. Sigma on this map as well, just being able to kind of put out these shields for long distance and be able to kind of play around range is so big, actually being able to shut down these snipers without having to resort to another shield pick like Reinhardt that wouldn't be as good on this map.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to bunker down here. Zekrom holding a very forward position. And Rhino buying a lot of space here. Will he be able to keep it? He gets rocked and the shield is falling. But Mias is already going down. Biso finding Zekrom. Both their snipers are down already. SNHU has so much pressure right now, and the rest of their team is just falling left and right.
They're just running at them right now.
Yes.
Menace just took down 3 by holding W and right click, just walking at people. And Biso, I mean, I think he outsniped a Widowmaker.
He peeked the Widowmaker on the Zenyatta there and won the duel. So I think it definitely comes down to whether you're able to play it, and we're seeing Straight Up Menace using that capability of Genji, but he's taking a lot of damage there from the Widowmaker.
I just continue to go in and continue to harass her over and over, blocking these Hanzo arrows as well. They're right up on the checkpoint right now. Sigma versus Sigma, just holding up that fist to each other as they try and hold for this. Pep's going to miss that railgun shot on those supports, but Biso continuing to put some damage through. Tay goes down. That's the tank down for Fisher College. Now the supports have to come down to try and contest it. They're not going to be able to. SNHU find this cap, and that's going to be just Straight Up Menace on the backline here, running through them as they continue on their unstoppable push.
Yes, Straight Up Menace is just demolishing this backline here. We might see them switch off, but I think that's the problem with running the double sniper here, is we have characters like Genji who is getting nerfed, who can run them down. But also, we're seeing Biso really use the right click of Zenyatta to contest those sight lines that the snipers want. Straight Up Menace is using the blade, and he's going to find 1. He's going to find 2, and he keeps going. He is running down the backline, just taking a duel with Thay right now.
That was a dry blade, too. There was no nano boost there for him. He just went in and used it on the backline and killed all of them without getting contested at all. Rhino actually hold on to the shield on 1 HP. That's a big hold from him. But what a blade from Menace just to be able to hop in there, and Fisher College unfortunately not able to shut him down.
Yeah, Thay is actually buying a lot of space here, but he is going to fall to Biso. Biso actually just dishing out the damage right now. And with that right click, he's doing a lot more. SNHU's looking a little bit low. A couple picks coming out from Fisher, but they still have Rhino, who's going to run down Silent Yosef here.
He's so low. Silent barely able to escape around that corner before Rhino continues to push forward. Look at how much space he's taking for his team right now, and we'll see them already getting to these advanced positions. They're going to make it even harder for Fisher College to really take good spots that they need. We see Zekrom up here holding up by the pool side. Going to be able to get a small sniper angle up here, but these snipers are really going to start to lose some value around this point here. Tay has Flux ready, maybe looking to go on a flank to find it as he approaches the back line. You see the rock come through onto One Trick, takes him out. Pepto now switching on over, switching targets, but this is an interesting play from their Sigma on the flank. The Flux comes out, trying to hit Rhino with it. It's going to be able to scoop him up, but the Eat comes out. He's not going to take too much damage with it. Biso has Transcendence ready if need be. SNHU actually have a ton of ultimates, and the counter Flux comes out from Rhino. Stripeman is able to find a pick there onto Silent, taking out the supports. Both supports down for Fisher College. Zekrom able to find a pick there onto Menace, but Biso is going to pop the Transcendence, stopping any more players from SNHU from going down.
Yeah, we're seeing Rhino. Actually, I think that was an overclock coming out from Pepto there, or the end of it is going to find their tank.
See the Dragon Strike come out onto the point, maybe try and force them off here, but Bezos is continuing to plink away from long distance with those orbs. Rhino is trying to hold down onto the cart. Mayaz, you see him just forced to try and contest their Tay, switches over to the Diva for a little bit extra mobility, but gonna get demeched immediately. Railgun going to miss, but Tay falls immediately after. The rest of Fisher College is trying to trickle through, but not able to get through fast enough. SNHU able to cap the point with 4 minutes left, and this is looking familiar.
Yeah, it's looking a lot similar to our last game here. I think almost 1 second off there for the time.
I think so. It is almost the exact same time for Fisher College. Is going to be tough.
Yeah, Fisher College is going to have to run, I think, a lot more aggressive comp here coming out from them. You don't really want to be back with 2 snipers there if you're trying to push and, you know, be as aggressive as SNHU was during their push on this map. So I'm wondering if SNHU will opt for something equally as aggressive, or if Fisher College is going to switch off those double snipers here.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do. They will actually switch. They're still going to hold on to the Widowmaker here, but switching over to the Tracer, I really like that.
Yep.
Tracer is still a decent pick. You see her a lot less now because Sombra is... a lot of Tracer players kind of migrated over to Sombra just because she is such an effective character right now, but Tracer can still very much do a lot of work. She's just a little bit harder than some other characters to utilize, but definitely for SNHU, I also like to see the Ashe coming out.
Yeah, the Ashe is definitely an interesting pick. I don't think we've seen a lot of it recently, but it's definitely one that I'm a big fan of, especially into the Sigma, I think, because you're going to definitely have probably both your supports and maybe your sniper around the Sigma, and that fire damage from the Dynamite is going to do a lot of damage if you land it on all 4 of them.
Yeah, SNHU not opting to play the snipers, but going for these, you know, the double kind of mid-range hit scan characters. Not looking to go fully all the way back, not looking to get dove on like we saw from Fisher College last round, but looking to kind of hold that mid-range here. And we actually will see from Fisher College that Tracer switch over to the Sombra. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that Sombra I'm liking a lot more. Of anti-grenade coming out from Matrix there.
Rhino just holding onto this high ground. The Sigma is, I mean, Sigma v Sigma right now, just trying to play around this patio. This Tay is forced down the steps, trying to take some damage here. We've got Rocco's in, but Pepto will go down. Matrix finding that kill, and now potentially an opening for Fisher College as they begin to push forward. Rhino is getting pretty low at the moment, and Menace is just getting zoned out. Silent will go down. That's a good pick on the back line. Mayaz goes down as well. Biso holds his ground, but Zekrom is going to follow through to take him down, assisting that Sombra, letting him finish off that kill. Menace in a weird spot right now, just getting kind of poked down at, but Fisher College, I mean, they're still getting contested right now. They're not able to push under this underpass yet.
Yeah, look at this space that Tay is buying. He's playing exactly how you want to play on this map if you're playing Sigma, and I think he's doing a really good job of just buying so much space for Fisher College here.
They're going up, looking to try and contest this. Widowmaker will be able to take her down. It's the headshot. That is insane. Rhino taking a little nap here on the side. That sleep dart going through is going to buy a lot of space for Fisher. We're able to just walk up. Pepto continuing to go on the warpath here. Mayaz, Matrix, Silent all go down. That's 3 quick kills for SNHU, and Tay falls down immediately after. Menace on a rampage, as well as Pepto. SNHU's DPS are just firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, Fisher made, I think, 3 or 2/3 of the way there, but they're going to have to push a lot further. He's looking for that headshot there, but there's a shield in the way.
Yeah, that shield is going to shut down these snipers so hard. That's why you see Sigma so much. We would, you know, a lot of maps you see Zarya, but she's just not able to defend against snipers in the same way that Sigma is.
Yeah, Nomad going for it. And we're going to see a Flux come out, or a Cert. Wait, it is a Flux.
Yeah, that Gravitic Flux from Tay, not able to find too much though, as they just continue to hold around here. He's kind of split off from his team at the moment. Sport's still there on the high ground, but Pepto looking to try and dive in up here. The disruption shot goes out onto Matrix, takes him out right away and just falls right back. Transcendence comes out from Biso to keep his team alive. Pepto continue to go forward, finds Silent as well, not going in on Zekrom. Able to find a nice railgun shot there, but just this AD strafing with the crouch spam is so hard to hit him, and only has 17 health left. Can't slide out yet. Tay's going to be able to punish him for overextending there, but Fisher College, how much value are they actually going to get off of these picks that they found?
Great timing with the rock there from Thay is going to almost take out Rhino there. A little bit of dancing back and forth there with the melees, but he finds that pick on Rhino, and they're going to be able to push this point up here. And we're looking at the ultimate economy from both teams here. We're going to see absolute carnage unleash on the next push here.
We're about to see Bob come out almost for certain to try and contest this, but Zekrom takes out Menace. Bob goes like straight past the cart, and he runs off the edge. Bob jumps to his death.
Not Bob. No. And we're going to see Rhino stun there. And Tay is just going to be able to buy so much space here. They are pushing the cart as we speak right now. It's going to be difficult for SNHU to make up the pressure lost from that pick on Menace there.
Yeah, the fact that Fisher College were able to capture that point and they couldn't rely on Bob to actually be able to contest that is so huge. Miaz on the back line, popping that EMP, just getting nuked though. Menace able to find the kill. The overclock comes out from Pepto to take down Zekrom. The Transcendence is forced out from Silent to keep his team alive, and you see Pepto so deep in the backline, hit with the anti, but he still stays alive. He's still got a full charge on that railgun, keeping it up, won't be able to hit it though, but Menace is just dishing out damage onto the backline at the moment. That TNT comes out at just the right time, and he's able to get some extra damage tacked on there, already halfway back towards getting his ultimate. The Flux comes out, Menace might die to this if he doesn't get healed. One trick goes down, and Rhino also falls. Menace so close, just clasping onto life, but able to stay alive just for a little bit longer. Pepto can't find that shot, and he gets hacked. He can't dash away, and Miaz is going to be able to finish off that kill.
Yeah, Miaz definitely playing in the right position there to catch Pepto, and Fisher's going to almost find a pick on Biso here, barely staying alive. Day is just continuing to provide so much space here for Fisher. However, he is discorded and antied, but now it's their turn as Rhino takes a lot of damage. Miaz is finding Biso.
Forced to contest, they're getting on the cart. Pepto goes down. Rhino gets slept on the point. He's going to take a ton of damage from this. He's antied as well, barely staying alive. He can't get healed through that Sigma shield and one trick, and Menace forced to fall back, but Silence continues to just push the attack further and further. Menace just resetting, falling back 2 minutes and 40 seconds left for Fisher College to push down to final for SNHU. This defense has got a lot harder than they might have anticipated.
Yeah, they're going to have to contest on this elbow here, and it's not going to be the best position to do so, as I think Zekrom's going to try to take this high ground here with Widowmaker. And we see Miaz just constantly, they know where Miaz is, but he's constantly harassing the backline for SNHU here.
He's got his EMP, he's got EMP ready as well. Fisher, you're gonna see Somber just waiting, but he's gonna get shut down before he can use it. He tries to hop in, but one trick is able to shut him down, and now there's an opportunity, but Menace gets taken out there by Silent, gets antied big. A Flux comes out, we'll be able to take down Zekrom on that one, takes down Silent and Matrix as well, just running in. The Nano Boost comes out onto Tay, but it won't be enough to save his team. He falls as well. Rhino with 4 kills in a row. And Miaz forced to translocate back out. Fisher College reconsidering things here to see the swap over to Baptiste.
Yeah, we see the swap to Baptiste, and a couple ultimates are coming up here for Fisher College. They're going to have 4, and this last push here, it's looking kind of dangerous for SNHU. They're going to have to switch to something a little bit more mobile if they lose this fight with these 4 ultimates up.
Tay just pushing forward, takes down Rhino. That's a huge pick. Tay antied, will be able to escape. The Transcendence comes out from Silent to try and keep Tay alive as Fisher, or as Zekrom here just pushes forward up to be able to just push down the high ground, force these supports back, make them fall back to a safer sight line. And now, I mean, this is pushing directly up onto last. At the moment, Flux comes out, going to catch Rhino. That damage comes out. We'll just be able to kill him outright. The Transcendence can't come through in time. Pepto outside of that trance is trying to stay alive. Matrix will go down, forced to jump up, and just getting red so hard. Pepto finds 2 kills. Tay, he's just running at him right now. The Disruptor goes down as well, has to fall back. Doesn't want to be in Zekrum's line of sight. Miaz gets taken out. Menace finds a double kill there. Zekrum falls, and SNHU hold 30 seconds left for Fisher. They're on their last push.
Yeah, they survived that 4-man ultimate there from Fisher College, and they do not have a lot of gas to work with right now. They are going to have to make something work with a touch or overtime or contest here, and that's not a lot still because SNHU has 3 minutes 53 seconds if they do manage to cap this 3rd point here.
Yeah, they don't have any ultimates. Neither side has any ultimates here. Pepto does get hacked. Miaz trying to find the pick onto him right now, but Menace is going to be able to take him out, and that is a huge pick for Fisher. That is their flanker is down and out of the fight for a little bit longer. That is a big contesting player as well. The lamp goes out. That is down for the next just 20 seconds right now as Pepto stays alive with 7 health. Can't escape. Matrix going to be able to finish him off as Menace is going in on the back line. Takes out Silent. Rhino trying to stay alive, but he's so low. He gets some harmony. He gets some healing. He's staying alive. The shield comes out, but at the moment, we're going to see the Baptiste ult come through as well. Dragon Blade comes through, but at the moment, Fisher College, they're all off the cart, and SNHU, a quick and clean 3-0, are going to close out this set versus Fisher.
Yeah, what an excellent set there from both teams. I definitely liked what I saw tonight, and I feel like we're seeing SNHU really develop as a team here, going through these last 2 games.
This has just been, I can tell, it's going to be such a great season for them.
Yeah.
They have such a good roster right now. I really love watching these guys play every single night they come out here and play. It is such a great time to see them just come out and do fantastic because they really are just killing it lately.
Yeah,
and
they
especially
definitely are.
A great match against Fisher, very similar to what we saw last week as well. I mean, SNHU, both sets they won have been 3-0s. They just quick and clean in and out, finish it up, and they're now 2-0 right now.
Now we can say they're
still
undefeated.
Yeah, they're undefeated.
Yeah.
They're more than 1-0 now, undefeated for 2 games, but we'll see if that trend continues tonight because we have another game coming up at 8 p.m. It will be SNHU Sapphire running it again versus Thomas Esports, a team that we have not seen yet. They're currently 1-0 at the moment, so we'll see how this matchup goes. So we're going to throw it to an intermission while we wait for that next game to come through. But in the meantime, check out our Twitter at SNHU Esports for any sort of updates on the match coming up later tonight, as well as any clips, anything happening like that tonight will all be on there, as well as on our Discord. You'll be able to find all of that as well, which is also at /SNHU Esports. We'll be back at 8 p.m. for SNHU Sapphire versus Thomas Esports. We'll see you then.
Yeah, we've been seeing SNHU run constantly this Reaper, and another big ultimate, but this time from Fisher College. The beat comes out from SNHU, but it's not going to be enough. Straight up Menace just barely holding on to his life. Pepto going to clean up for him, find Matrix, and he has the hack ready.
Yeah, that hack's going to make Farah fall straight down, and Pepto, that damage boost just completely make Fisher College. They're starting to build up some ultimates, but it's really just Barrage and Coalescence ready at the moment. And a big hack comes out of 3-man EMP. Pepto's in there, and Menace starts to clean up as well, finds 2.
The frontliner here, along with the Zarya, they are just so strong together, and we're seeing both teams run it here. Just an all-out brawl going here, but Pepto actually flanking, gonna find Pepto actually flanking, gonna find Silent Yusuf.
He's able to take down Zekrum earlier, too. That Sombra falling is just such a huge opening for SNHU, and Menace is to continue to clean up, and that
one trick very low. The nano charge comes out on Rhino, though, and a big Death Blossom's gonna find 3.
And that's a team kill for SNHU. Fisher College, they popped out, they tried to contest, but they just continued. Switching over to that Sojourn's going to be able to find a shot onto Menace there. Diving in with Disruptor Field. Pepto is able to pick up a pick onto Silent there. Baptiste going down. Another one down. Zekrum falls. The Sojourn 1v1 is turning out. Holding back just a little bit here. The Disruptor Swift going out trying to catch some of the supports out. Lamp forced out, but it's not going to get anyone on their team. Silent goes down as well right after that. Pepto finding that kill, and now it's going to be Zekrum who goes down as well. Through as quickly as possible. Biso has nano boost ready. Zekrum goes down. Rhino with that awareness is able to keep him off his support. The nano boost goes through onto Menace trying to run at Tay. Gets booped off before he can get Death Blossom ready, but Rhino, Biso, Pepto to continue to clean up here, and once again.
And the point just isn't there. It's so far away. They're going to have to push through this Death Blossom that's coming out from Menace. He's going to find 2, and the rest
point, surviving this fight, may be able to cap it. We'll see. SNHU looks like they're going to try and go for this contest here. Pepto going in with the disruptor, takes down Matrix and Mayaz, and that's going to be potentially a full hold here. We see the Moira try and
be able to keep it. He gets rocked and the shield is falling. But Mias is already going down. Biso finding Zekrom. Both their snipers are down already. SNHU has so much pressure right now.
But Biso continuing to put some damage through. Tay goes down. That's the tank down for Fisher College. Now the supports have to come down to try and contest, but they're not going to be able to. SNHU find this cap, and that's going to be just straight up Menace on the backline here, running through.
That's the sight lines that the snipers want. Straight up Menace is using the blade, and he's going to find one. He's going to find two, and he keeps going. He is running down the backline, just taking a duel.
See the Dragon Strike come out onto the point. Maybe try and force them off here. But Bezos is continuing to blink away from long distance with those orbs. Rhino is trying to hold down onto the cart. Mayaz, you see him just
buying so much space for Fisher College here.
So going up looking to try and contest this. Widowmaker will be able to take her down. It's the headshot. That is insane. Rhino. Big side, that sleep dart going through is going to buy a lot of space for Fisher. You're able to just walk up. Pepto continuing to go on the warpath here. Mayaz, Matrix, Silent all go down. That's 3 quick kills for SNHU, and Tay falls down immediately after.
Leash on the next push here.
We're about to see Bob come out almost for certain to try and